Hi. Is there a usefulness to dreams? Or should we just say, hey, it doesn't matter. You fall asleep with the TV on, and then whatever's on the TV can be in your dream. And then stuff you normally wouldn't ever have sex with, you would because of what was on the TV. And you're like, dreams don't mean anything. Somebody farts in the bed and it smells really bad, and whoever's in the bed next to you is like, oh my God, I had this dream like the toilet was backed up and couldn't get rid of the shit smell and it was in the house and everything like that. And you're like, yeah, I farted in bed last night. It was really bad. And whatever. You know what I mean? But do dreams have any usefulness? Yeah. You'll hear the story about like somebody who knows somebody else and like, oh, and they call them on the phone. Are you okay? What happened? And you're like, man, I was just in a, yeah, I'm okay now. I was in the hospital, I was in a car accident, whatever. And it's like, somebody's like, I knew, mother, sibling, twin. But what can I give you in a YouTube to prove it? Anecdotal substantiation of something that happened to me. And I've already if you're a subscriber, I think I've already talked about this before, but I kept, and this is what's interesting too, this is why you want to watch this video. I had a girlfriend. We're living together, sleeping together in the same bed every night, and every night for months, to the detriment of my health, having nightmares about same dream, just different location. I go out with my girlfriend that's sleeping in bed next to me, and everywhere we go, she has slept with every guy. Like, we go for a slice of pizza, she slept with the guy that gives us the pizza. She slept with all the boys in the back that make the pizza. And then we go out in the street, and a guy walks by and says, hey, and mentions my girlfriend by name. I'm like, you slept with that guy too? And I would have to go to the mall. So every night for months, dreams, like, my health was a wreck. So, and I'm telling you, for months this went on, and it got bad because also at some point in the dream, I just start calling my girl in the dream a C word and a whore and stuff like that, and I was saying it out loud to her every night. Like, I was saying these things out loud in my dreams. And then it got to, because this went on, so it progressed. So then it got where I was pushing her out of bed and all this stuff. So we didn't fight about this in waking life. I had no idea that she was cheating on me. You could say I was in loser denial. I'm not going to argue that. But to this day, I don't think that I was. I just didn't know. But on some level, I knew, because when I went to bed in my dreams were letting me know, like a hammer over the head, every night that the person I went to bed with was not, we didn't have any agreements anymore. We agreed to be, monogamous and all this stuff. And she was like, looking for a bigger, better deal from as many guys as she could find that were sure just, open for business, and we didn't have any agreements anymore. Let's put it like that. So for months this went on. My health got worse. Her solution was, we'll start sleeping in separate beds. Now, think whatever you want about the kind of person that would do that to you as a partner. Sucks. But I was young and dumb and naive. It was the ramen years and all that. I didn't know any better. And I was really getting those grade A love ups. Boy, isn't she pretty? How lucky am I? Yeah, a lot of guys were saying that about my girlfriend. I was just the only one dumb enough to be like keeping her. So anyway, yeah. Obviously that didn't work out. But no, this isn't about to diss my exes and to play the victim fiddle and say poor me. No, it's not about that. It's about how dreams can be useful. Yes, I was being warned repeatedly to, like, exactly what was going on. You're being cheated on. You're being cheated every night. Because I was I was in bed next to this person until we started sleeping in separate beds. I was pushing somebody out of bed. Now it's weird because I do like to glaze over this part of my life, because I don't think of myself as like a violent person to other people. I think I had an ant on me. I don't like to think of myself as a violent person to other people. But in my sleep, I was pushing her out of bed. Like, we had to sleep in separate beds. And before that, as I said before, I was calling her like C word and you effing whore and all this stuff, like, every night. And she took it. Like, you could say, oh, she took like a champ, but I'm like, why? Why not just end it? But anyway, it's so, and the thing that also makes it kind of shitty I got sick. Like my health got shitty because I wasn't sleeping good. And then it does get to the point where I'm like, okay, are you cheating on me? Because like, what's going? Like, I'm losing my mind here. And yeah, that's the ant. What is that? I got a bug on me. Anyway, yeah. I don't want to turn it into a thing about dissing an ex. It's just people, when they're young, they fuck up and they don't know how to handle it because they don't have the tools to handle it. You do horrible things and you hurt people. Good people knowingly, willfully hurting other people, doing bad things. It shouldn't be a part of being young, but such is the culture, such as we've been conditioned. But dreams can be useful in more ways than that. If you get it, like, I think George Carlin said, nothing is more boring to everyone than than having to listen to anybody else's dreams ever. And I agree with that. It sucks to hear other people's dreams. But if you know anything about dreams at all, I knew it, it's a flying ant. If you know anything at all about dream psychology, I could feel something crawl on me. It was driving me crazy. So if you know anything at all about like psychology or interest in it, other people tell you their dreams, you do get a window into what's going on with them, because a lot of times dreams are just like your psychological unwinding processing of stuff you just don't have time for in your day, because our hours where we should have time for recollection and thought are consumed mostly by our jobs that we either like or don't like, or geez, at least I could have this job, it could be a lot worse, it's kind of easy. And then we go home, we're tired, we got to eat, we got to take care of ourselves, maintain our things, and our loved ones, whatever. And then there's TV, video games, internet, which internet is TV now, and all these things. There's not enough time left for personal thought after all that stuff that's constantly at you, right? There's a lot of stuff demanding your attention. We can't compete with it. Like, we're all overstimulated, right? At least us Western industrialized sons and daughters of the king and queen, right? So, man, dreams can be useful, is my point. So you'll know it when you have those. Like, I think of the dreams that counted in my life. Yeah, I've had some dreams that mattered to have had them. So there's some little camera stuff for you. So anyway, things that have been more, I lost my train of thought because of the ant. Is that a queen ant looking for a hive or something? What's with the flying ones? I don't know. Why'd they send them out? Different kinds of scouts at different levels. Ants are interesting. People are not ants. Dreams. Boy, I'm really dragging this one out. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up. They can be useful. You'll know if you have a dream that really matters. It'll hit you. But people can get too new agey and too self-absorbed and too... We can waste a lot of time with your dreams. But it is fun to understand some basic maybe some basic dream psychology and basic recurring symbols, like a house. What does a house represent? A key, keys, a car, who's driving the car, whose house is it? Is it your house? What part of the house are you in? These are reoccurring common things for people. How you having a dream about your teeth falling out, your teeth breaking, or your hair is falling out. There's certain dreams that are like common symbols for everyone, and when you interpret those symbols, you're like, oh yeah, I kind of am dealing with this or that, and it relates back to the symbol. So it can be interesting if you know enough about dreams and enough about psychology, which you can do as an armchair enthusiast, and get some kind of understanding deeper into yourself and definitely into others, which is always fun to have. If I have to come at you from a wicked angle to say you can learn more about manipulating your friends and family if they start telling you your dreams, which before you never wanted to hear, you can now make it interesting to hear their dreams if you understand the symbols, because I used to hate it. Oh boy, here we go again. Somebody wants to tell me their dream that's really neat to them. Yeah, I know, you were there. Right? It was your dream. But the whole rest of the world, it's until, I did learn a little bit of Jung and that kind of stuff, which again, I don't like Jung and I don't like the Red Book or anything, but it is revealing about him, that Red Book. But anyway, about Jung and dreams, yeah, you can learn stuff. Freud and dreams, yeah, there's, together, whatever you want to say, but they go together. And then everybody else after them, you can name your modern day equivalents, those guys you like, who's that Care for the Soul, whatever guys you want to read. Those the guy, who's that, Hillman? Is Hillman the guy that writes about the daemon? I'm like, oh, fuck these guys. He's a psychology guy, and it's really sharply deceptive. But he talks about your soul as a daemon, and I'm like, no, you're talking about demon possession, fuck you, idiot. He's talking about this weird, like, atheist stuff, like, I'm getting off into weird territory now. Dreams. I'm just trying to keep you aware of if these names come up in your dream stuff. Uncle Scott warned you. And I'm not your uncle anyway, I'm your grandpa. Your Grandpa Cullen. Anyway, and no, I don't feed off the blood of the living. But dreams can have usefulness, but you won't need to tell me if you've had experiences in your life where you're like, yeah, I know dreams matter. But anyway, there's at least one recount from me, like a hammer over the head every night, and I can't even say attack hammer. I mean, it really disturbed my life, like, because I was yelling and screaming, like I have sore throats, like you do that night after night. You can only do it so long before your voice is even more stripped than mine is now, just on the regular. But it just really tore me up. So it was like trying to let me know, get out of this relationship, like now. But thankfully, I did get out, and I don't have any diseases or anything, because God only knows what they were doing. But no, I'm good. I'm ready to go. And dreams can be useful.